What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to go over this post about this girl who's writing about, the ex that got away. So let's get into it and demonstrate how this could negatively impact your life. Let's get into it. Alright, guys, welcome back to the channel. We'll get you on the grind and improve your mind. So in this video, we want to go over this post. We're just going to start reading it. So let's get into it, go over the details, and let's see what kind of spicy stuff we got for you guys today.
Yeah, so I'm going to put it up on the screen for you guys so you guys can read along and look at what we're looking at. So, my first heartbreak destroyed me and my relationships for years, writes Julie Cook. So, yeah, this is a whole thread, by the way. So, and we're going to go...
We're not going to go too in-depth, but we're going to go...
Yeah, we're just going to understand where everything's going. All right, so let's go into the article. And, okay, so... A few weeks ago, I was paying for my petrol, which means that they're British, when I glanced to my left and saw him. He was older, much older, with graying hair and a sagging jawline. He's paying for a can of drink, but it was him, my first love. My heart quickened, my stomach flipped. In that moment, I was 17 again, full of sorrow, despair, and nerves. You see, this man broke my heart 27 years ago, and although it no longer hurts, the scar is still there.
Yes, it does hurt, obviously. Lie, cope, stop it. Stop that.
I'm not alone. In an interview, singer Craig David admitted the reason he has never found love and settled down is because of a girl who broke his heart when he was a teenager.
Craig David is a simp. Letting you guys know.
True.
Official.
True. In newspaper interviews this year, he said, after my early childhood sweetheart breakup, my heart kind of closed down. I feel open enough to be apologetic for relationships my heart was closed for. I feel sorry for the girls and women in the latter stage of my life who tried to open my heart up.
Okay.
Unlike Craig, I did move on. I met my husband, Cornell, in 2005. Cornell. We married in 2009. And now have 2 children together. He's the love of my life, and we are incredibly happily together.
Okay.
But the memories of that first crushing heartbreak are still vivid.
Copium. Vivid. She said they're still vivid.
I was 16 when I got together with my first boyfriend, Steven. Asterisk. We met through a friend one day in a park. I remember those days.
That's cute.
He was 3 years older than me.
Rape.
Actually, that's pretty true.
Yeah, maybe it is.
It's pretty true. Battered hatchback, oh god, and compared to the other boys at school, appeared worldly wise. During the week, I did my homework and prepared for my GCSEs, whatever those are. Sorry, we're Americans.
I bet she doesn't even remember Cornell's favorite band.
Oh, probably not.
She remembers all this.
But at the weekends, he'd turn up at my door and he'd take me for drives or to the cinema. It was all very innocent. We had a snog here and there, but that was it. But I fell for him. Snog is kissing. I don't know if you know that.
Oh.
I know some British slang, okay?
I ain't know enough about that.
In my head, I was already playing out the scene where one day we'd marry and have babies. My friend thought I was mad. Yeah, you are mad. They were in the throes of changing boys like items of clothing. But I stuck with Steven. It was a combination of things. My parents didn't get on and he became like my family. It was him who'd pick me up from a night out. Him who'd make sure I got home safe. In a way, even though he was only 3 years older, he was like sort of a father figure.
Oh, I guess that's where originated the call me daddy kind of thing started, right?
Yeah. Yes. Then when I was 17, he dumped me.
Ha ha ha.
It came from nowhere.
21 years old.
Yeah, legit. I'd written poetry about him for goodness sake. He had no explanation other than he wanted to move on.
Okay.
True. I could still remember us sitting in the front seats of his car as he told me he no longer felt the same about me.
She remembers every little detail 27 years ago, and she's writing about it. Okay, Cornell, please put the gun down. Please, it's okay. It's okay. Don't even read this.
Yeah,
just ignore it. It's in the past now. It's fine. He's out there somewhere.
It wasn't his type. I wasn't his type anymore. Stupidly, I even begged him to change his mind, sobbing that I'd change everything from my hair color to my silly giggle if it would make him stay. Jesus Christ. And that's also a picture of her, by the way. Jesus. I wouldn't.
She posted it.
I'd dump her too. It didn't work. I was utterly devastated. I cried the sort of crying you never do after turning 18 into my pillow for weeks.
Yeah, that's wrong.
I barely ate. I couldn't stop thinking about him. I passed my driving test and would drive slowly past his house, trying to see if his light was on.
So women are stalkers too, guys. Look at that.
Yeah, wow. I'd pick up the phone and call him, and if his parents answered, I'd hang up, mortified. If he ever picked up, he'd say it was over and hang up. I went from being picked up wherever I was to having to walk home or nab lifts with friends. Yes, this was a normal part of growing up, but when you've been cassetted and ferried about and picked up everywhere you went, it was a huge shock. At 18, I moved away to university, but instead of indulging myself in freshers week, I stayed in my room weeping. Why did other people get over heartbreak so easily? Why did my first love hurt this way? It ruined my life for years. I tried dating boys at university, but it never worked out. At weekends, I'd just go home and drive around, hoping to bump into Steven. In a world before mobile phones and social media, I had no idea where he was, who he was seeing, or what he was doing. It was maddening. Man, I would love to live in a time without social media and phones.
What
Jesus.
a time. They actually have to go and talk to a girl and say hi.
Whoa. I looked him up on social media, but he didn't exist.
Stalker.
One of those strange people who leaves no
This woman
Google
is a
trace.
red flag.
Legit. I married a man in 2003, aged 25, but it only lasted 2 years. I loved him, but wasn't ready to commit. The relationship itself had been 6 years long, but it fizzled out. I wonder now if it had anything to do with the hangover of heartbreak that I seemed to have taken so badly. No, really.
Cope.
It totally did.
Cope are us.
And this is, I guess, is them.
Oh,
no,
man.
this is Cornell. This
Cornell.
guy's Cornell right here.
This guy, you could tell he just.
I feel bad for this man.
He's in trouble. Somebody, if anyone knows Cornell personally, I'd say give him a call and see how he's doing. You know, tell him to divorce her would be nice. You know, the kids. I mean,
This guy could be a certified G, but he's not.
Yeah, which is good for like guys like us. We'll just take over the marketplace. It's all good, man. You keep her, whoever this girl's name. I forgot her name, Julie, whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah, Julie. You keep her, bro. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
But in time, I met Cornell, and I realized at last how it felt to truly fall for someone. Not infatuation, as my first love had been, but real love, whatever that means. We really gelled as a couple straight away. There were butterflies, but of the good kind, not the anxiety-inducing kind I'd had as a daft teenager.
By the way, anxiety is also good for certain tension in relationships because it like keeps the fire alive in a relationship. You don't want to get too boring. We're not gonna get that's some game stuff right there. You ain't ready for that.
I lived in Italy for 7 years with Cornell before moving back to the area where I'd lived as a child. Never saw Steven and didn't even think about him. I had no idea what had become of him. Then the petrol station meeting happened, and although seeing him brought about no butterflies or feeling of love or adoration, the scar from my first heartbreak did sting. I'm a 45-year-old woman with a family, a husband, a house, a happy career as a writer, but in that split second, I was 17 years old, again, cast adrift and feeling utterly miserable.
We got to talk about, let's go into a fictional universe. What if Stefan, I'm pretty sure it's Stefan. What if Stefan had game? What if Stefan was just like, noticed her and he was like, oh, hey, how you been? Yeah, girl. Listen, you should come back to my house Friday night. Or something like, what if he was a seducer? What if he noticed her and just seduced her? She would have cheated on Cornell. And she wouldn't be writing this because she'd be trying to keep the secret, or maybe it'd be good at entertainment if she did write about it. She would have cheated on her husband, Cornell. And, so it's a good thing Stefan didn't seem to notice her, otherwise somebody'd be in trouble.
Yeah, a lot of people would be in trouble. And stuff like that, stuff that Andrew's talking about, happens in real life.
And I've seen it. I've been that guy.
We've seen it happen.
I've had wives cheat on their husbands with me, and it's not really like the best feeling. In the moment, you're laying down, you just came, it's like, but then like days go by, you think about it, it's like, oh crap.
Shit.
Oh no.
What have I done?
What have I done?
Yeah. I try to be I'm trying to be a more noble man, but like it does happen. I'm not trying to brag. I'm just saying it does happen, and I know it does happen because I've seen it, I've done it. So this is real life, And guys like Cornell just falls into the trap. So basically the moral of the story is that she is pining over this guy from like so many years ago. She still remembers every little detail, or maybe she's just writing it for the drama for like the readers. Sounds like she has a very vivid memory. I don't know, if I was Cornell and I was reading that, it would be divorce. Because if Stefan wanted to, he'd be like, hey girl, what's up? And if he tried to shoot a shot, she probably would have went along with it, or she would have like done something, most likely. Because that's just the kind of stuff that unfortunately happens behind the scenes. But you guys got to really watch who you fall in love with, get married with, have kids with. You guys got to really watch this kind of stuff and look for red flags, because you don't want to be a Cornell. You want to be an Andrew. You want to be a Mike, but you don't want to be a Cornell. So, yeah. So we want to, that would be an alpha widow, a woman who basically has a guy that she still pines over secretly or up front. And it's like the Titanic syndrome with Rose, and then there's Jack, who died in the Titanic, but she's old and she still thinks about him even though she had a husband her whole life. It's the same kind of concept.
It's been 84 years.
So just a lesson in there. Be careful who you talk to. Stay safe out there, people. We wanna, we try to promote healthy relationships up here. You just gotta watch out. So if you have any comments about the situation, about the topic, leave it in the comment section below. Hit the like button on the video if you have not already, and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. Donate to the Cash App if you want, so it goes towards the equipment and stuff for this channel to make us grow. So with that said, we're going to see you guys in the next video.